Hello friends, today I have selected a topic from lesson 3 of unit 5 paper 1 of the NTA NET syllabus 2020. So the specific topic is ratio and proportion and it is from mathematical reasoning and aptitude part. Fine, so we will go point by point. Point number 1, it defines what is a ratio. So, the ratio of two quantities A and B in the same units is the fraction A by B, and we write it as A is to B, where the first term is the antecedent and the second term is known as consequent. Fine. As it is mentioned here, that means a ratio is always between the same units. For example, we can take centimeter, centimeter, Newton, Newton, kilogram, kilogram, etc., etc. That means the units should not be different in the numerator and the denominator. Fine. So example we can say 5:9, it represents the fraction 5 by 9 with antecedent is 5 and consequent is 9. Fine. So what is the rule? The multiplication or division of each term of a ratio by the same non-zero number does not affect the ratio. For example, 4:5 equal to 8:10 equal to 12:15. That means, as we can analyze it, twice of first ratio is the second ratio and thrice of the first ratio is the third ratio. Fine. That means when we multiply 2 with both the antecedent and the consequent of the first ratio, we will get the second ratio, and similarly when we multiply 3 with the first ratio, we can get 12:15 as the result. Fine. And it makes no difference. Fine. Next, point number 2. Point number 2 defines what is a proportion. The equality of two ratios is proportion. So the term to remember is equality, right? Equality of two ratios is proportion. If A is to B equal to C is to D, we write A is to B proportion C is to D, and the middle symbol is used for the proportion. That means 4 dots as it is represented here or picturized here. Fine. And we say that A, B, C, D are in proportion. Here A and D are the end terms and these are known as extremes. Similarly, B and C are the middle terms and these are termed as mean terms. Fine. So, products of mean equal to product of extremes. That we have to remember. Or we can write A is to B, proportion C is to D implies B into C equal to A into D. Fine. Then we'll go to point number 3. Point number 3 defines three more terms. So, first one is fourth proportional. If A is to B equal to C is to D, then D is called the fourth proportional to ABC. Just we have to remember these things. Next one is third proportional. If A is to B equal to B is to C, then C is called the third proportional to A and B. Similarly, mean proportional between A and B is square root of AB. Fine. Next we'll go to point number 4. Point number 4 is about comparison of ratios. So, A is to B within brackets is greater than C is to D within brackets implies A by B is greater than C by D. This is just a conversion of the ratio to the fractional form, nothing else. Fine. Next one is compounded ratio. The compounded ratio of the ratios A is to B, C is to D, E is to F is ACE is to BDF. Okay, so you can say that the result compounded ratio is the combination of first terms is to combination of second terms or the last terms here. Fine. Next, point number 5. Point number 5 defines first duplicate ratio. Duplicate ratio, we can say A is to B and its duplicate ratio is A square is to B square. Fine. For example, A is to B is our 2 is to 3 and A square is to B square equal to 4 is to 9. So, next one is subduplicate ratio of A is to B is square root of A is to square root of B. Similarly, triplicate ratio of A is to B is AQ is to BQ. And subtriplicate ratio of A is to B is cube root of A is to cube root of B, or A to the power 1 by 3 is to B to the power 1 by 3. Fine. Next one is, if A by B equal to C by D, then A plus B divided by A minus B equal to C plus D divided by C minus D. These are known as componendo and dividendo. Just we have to remember. Next point number 6 is variation. Bit 1. We say that x is directly proportional to y. If x equal to ky for some constant k, and we write x is proportional to y. Fine. And the second point is, we say that x is inversely proportional to y if xy equal to k for same constant or some constant k, and we can write x is proportional to 1 by y, or we can say x is inversely proportional to y. So, up to now we have discussed about all the facts and the formulas of ratio and proportion. Okay, one thing I must tell you that while preparing this video I have taken reference from the quantitative aptitude book of R.S. Agarwal. Fine. Next we will proceed via the problems. So, question number 1. If A is to B equal to 5 is to 9 and B is to C equal to 4 is to 7, find A is to B is to C. So, the simple formula here is, what we have done here, to make B's value 9 in both cases, that means A's the value of B is not same here. That means in first ratio the value of B is 9 and in second ratio value of B is 4. So, to make B's value 9 in both the cases, that means the equal value, we have written like B by C equal to 4 into 9 by 4 divided by 7 into 9 by 4. In the numerator and denominator we have multiplied the same fraction. Fine. So, this way we have found the result as B by C equal to 36 by 63. Now, B's value is 36. So, we can put here we know A by B equal to 5 by 9. So, to get the value of 36, what we will do? We will multiply 4 in the numerator and in the denominator as well, and we will get the result as 20 by 36. Hence, A is to B is to C equal to 20 is to 36 is to 63 is the answer. Another thing, the same problem I have solved in a second way, another way, alternate way. What? I have taken A is to B equal to 5 is to 9 and B is to C equal to 4 by 7. To make B value same in both the cases, what I have done? I have written like A by B equal to 5 into 4 divided by 9 into 4 and B by C equal to 4 into 9 divided by 7 into 9. So, take a notice about on the green encircled numbers 9 into 4 and 4 into 9. Value of both the things are same, right? So, we get here A by B equal to 20 by 36 and B by C equal to 36 by 63. Hence, A is to B is to C equal to 20 is to 36 is to 63. So, both the methods are open for you. You can take any of the methods. You can opt for it and can proceed. Fine. Next, I will go to question number 2. Question number 2 is about finding the fourth proportional to 4, 9 and 12. The very simple thing. Let the fourth proportional be x. So, we can write 4 is to 9 proportion to 12 is to x, and by solving in this way we get x equal to 27. Because we know proportion equal to equality, of two ratios, that is A is to B equal to C is to D, is same as A is to B proportion C is to D. So bit 1 is solved. For bit 2 is asked like the third proportional to 16 and 36. So let the third proportional to 16 and 36 be X. So similarly we have written like, as B has the same value 36 here, we can write here 16 is to 36, proportion to 36 is to X, and we can solve it in this way, and I can get X equal to 81. So in the box I have written here A is to B equal to B is to C, then C is called the third proportional to A and B. Fine. Then bit number 3, the mean proportional between 0.08 and 0.18. Mean proportional also we have discussed earlier while discussing the formulas. Okay, so mean proportional between 0.08 and 0.18 equal to square root of both the values, square root of multiplication of both the values, that means square root of 0.08 into 0.18, and we are getting the result as 0.12. Here I have written for convenience the thing that mean proportional between A and B is square root of AB. Fine. So this way question number 2 is also solved. Now I will go to question number 3. Just take a careful look here. If x is to y equal to 3 is to 4, find 4x plus 5y is to 5x minus 2y. Okay. So what I will do, first of all I will write it in the fractional form. So x by y equal to 3 by 4, and we have to find out 4x plus 5y divided by 5x minus 2y. So what I will do, I will divide y by each of the fraction to get a rationalized value, right? And I have tried here to get the terms in a x by y form, right? So that's why I have done like this, and you see here 4 into x by y plus 5 divided by 5 into x by y minus 2, and here in place of x by y I can put 3 by 4, and I can proceed like this as it is done here, and this way you will get the answer as 32 by 7. Fine. Next, question number 4. Divide 672 rupees in the ratio 5:3, and this is a very simple one. We know some of the ratio terms here are 5 plus 3 equal to 8. So first part, what we will do, we can do 5, that means the part, divided by total part 8 into 672, the whole total value equal to, we will get 420, and similarly from the second part we will get 252 rupees. Fine. And next one is question number 5. Divide 1162, that means 1162 rupees among A, B, C in the ratio 35:28:20. So some of the ratio terms here are 35 plus 28 plus 20, and we are getting it as 83. So A share, what we will do, the same way we have done for question number 4. For A share, what we will do, 1162 into 35 by 83 equal to 490. Similarly for B share and C share also, we are getting 392 and 280 rupees respectively. Right. So this way question number 5 is also completed. If I will proceed with question number 6. A bag contains 50 paisa, 25 paisa and 10 paisa in the ratio of 5:9:4 amounting to 206 rupees. Find the number of coins of each type. Okay. As per the ratio given, let the number of 50 paisa, 25 paisa and 10 paisa are 5x, 9x and 4x respectively. So what I will do? I will first of all do is 5x by 2 plus 9x by 4 plus 4x by 10 equal to something. So, but where from this 2, 4 and 10, these integers, where from they came, that we have to inquire. That I must tell you one thing, that 250 paise make 1 rupee. Similarly 425 paise make 1 rupee and 10 paise make 1 rupee. So for that reason in the denominator I have put here 2, 4 and 10. So now we have got the value as 103x by 20. Next we know that 5x by 2 plus 9x by 4 plus 4x by 10 equal to 206, and from this, by solving in this way, I get the value of x equal to 40. And so number of 50 paise coins I will just put in the values of 5x, 9x and 4x, and I will get as 200, 360 and 160 is the answer. Values is the answer. Fine. Next. Question number 7. A mixture contains alcohol and water in the ratio 4:3. If 5 liters of water is added to the mixture, the ratio becomes 4:5. Find the quantity of alcohol in the given mixture. Okay. So what shall I do? Let quantity of alcohol is 4x and that of water is 3x, that I know. But here it is written like 5 times water is added to the available water. That means what it will be? It will be 3x plus 5. Fine. So we can write like 4x divided by 3x plus 5 equal to, the ratio is 4:5. Okay. Next. So I will solve this and I will get is x equal to 2.5. X equal to 2.5. Next. So quantity of alcohol we know that 4x. So 4 into 2.5 equal to 10 liters will be the answer. Next. We have to note some things here. I have taken one problem, extra problem. If A is to B equal to 3:4 and B is to C equal to 9:5. Take a look here that B's value here are different for the first ratio, that is 4, and different for the second ratio, that is 9. So what I have, and it has asked us to find A is to B. So what I will do, I will put A by B equal to 3/4 and B by C equal to 9/5. Then what I will do, I can write A by B equal to 3 into 9 divided by 4 into 9, and similarly B by C equal to 9 into 4 divided by 5 into 4. And in the first fraction, I will get the value 27/36, and in the second ratio, I will get it 36/20. Okay, so this thing I have done only to get the same value for B. So the value of B I have got is 36. So what I will do, I can find out A is to C equal to 27/20, because this 30 is cancelled. Sorry, this 36 is cancelled. Or the same problem I can do in a shortcut way. What I will do, just take a look. A by B equal to 3/4 and B by C equal to 9/5. Just do one thing. In the previous method also, I have cancelled B term. So here in a shortcut method, I will cancel the B in this way. That I will write A by B into B by C equal to, that means B is cancelled. I will get 3/4 into 9/5 and I will get the same answer 27/20 as I have found in the first method. Okay, fine. So this way I have completed the topic ratio and proportions with a number of problems solved. I can say a significant number of important problems I have solved, and I have also analyzed the facts and formulas about this, and I am sure that by solving this much of problems and getting thorough with the formulas and facts, one person can solve any type of problems based on the ratio and proportion. Okay, so this much for today. Please compliment or comment in the comment box, and please share the video among your friends, and please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon. Thank you very much.